And here comes the raise from Peter. So you see the difference position makes. 9-4 suited. Nikolai folds. And a pocket pair of fours for David Rudling.
Looks like he might go all in here.
And he looks over at Peter's stack, which is a lot bigger than yours, David.
I think he's working out to see if he's going to be pot committed if he moves all in. Otherwise, he's just going to call this flat and see a flop. But if he goes all in, then he probably put a lot of pressure on Peter. He just called.
So he flat calls, leaves himself a little wiggle room.
If he flops a 4 here, he'll double up his chips.
Well, instead it's 2-7 and a jack. No immediate help there.
Check.
He checks.
Check.
Oh, and Peter lets it go.
David.
Queen on the turn.
I think Peter's going to try and take the spot away from him. Oh, it's Mark is betting.
But David's putting the bet in, and Peter folds. Yeah, so David Rudling picks up the pot. Our 25th hand. It's our 10th hand, four-handed.
10,000.
10,000 the bet
Two
from
folds.
Peter Russ. The pocket fours have moved over to him. 10-6 folds from Nikolai. David now.
Oh.
Pocket queens. Could see some action. He's got that little routine down where he puts the chip on top of the cards.
Yes.
Each time.
Raise.
And so we're going to see a re-raise.
I'm all in.
All in, yep. So this time he's gone all in.
Cool. And Mark. What do you say?
Call. Yeah.
And immediately called by Mark Vronsky, who's looking at
Two
pocket
jacks.
jacks.
Wow.
Oh, this is going to be interesting now. And what that does for Peter Russ is it gives him a way out. The alarm bell's ringing. He's down the slide.
David all in, playing against Mark. Showdown.
And we've got ourselves a showdown. Jacks against queens.
All in hand.
And you saw the reaction from Mark Vronsky. And you saw the reaction as well from Peter Russ, who breathed a big sigh of relief because he just dodged a bullet.
6-5 ace.
There you see 6-5 ace, so no change there. Still basically
Big
from 4 to 1 to 9 to 1. 7, and so it doesn't leave many outs for Mark Vronsky. David Rudling overwhelmingly favored to double up, and he does.
He does.
So David Rudling will double up. That'll move him just ahead of Nikolai Losev at the bottom, and it's going to cut a little bit off Mark Vronsky in second place as well.
I think it's the first time David's gone over the 100,000 mark in chips.
Absolutely. And he said he was going to be aggressive in it, not wait too long. Well, he did wait a while, but when he did have a big hand, he did make the play.
He became aggressive with the big hand.
Yeah, which is the easy way to do it, I suppose.
My name is Udo Schmidt. I come from the south of Germany. It's a city called Föhring, which is near Ulm. My first impression of St. Petersburg is very good. I mean, I've been only here for about 4 hours, And I've had a big show just the folklore. The girls, the boys have done a great performance. I really enjoyed it. My hands got warm because of clapping. I've been invited to a poker tournament from Party Poker, which I qualified in the online tournament. I'm only playing for a couple of months, starting in March, online, and was lucky enough to qualify through a 3-hole tournament, work my way through 1,200 players, and everything coming now is a bonus. I've never played live, to be honest. It's going to be the first time I'm playing live, and therefore it's going to be a learning process. But you know, you never know how the cards are going. I'm going to play the cards, not the guys, and hopefully having a lot of fun. Everybody who is qualified for this tournament will be a top guy to beat. They're all good players, and I'm only just started, so therefore I know where I'm standing.
And if this were America, Udo would be standing in the shadows of Moscow. But it's St. Petersburg, and we're back to hand 26. The blinds have gone up to 2,000 and 4,000. And you see the relaxation on the face of David Rudling, because he has bought himself some breathing room. So here is the way they stand now after David Rudling won that big all-in. He's moved into a strong third place just behind Mark Vronsky. Sorry, Nikolai Losev still short stacked, but around 90,000, which is where he was. And Peter Vlasenko dodged a bullet, got out of having to show down with David Rudling, and he is the chip leader. Our 26th hand now. The blinds are still at the 2,000, 4,000 level. Yeah, Mel.
Yes, things are turning around a bit. The 2 short stacks have made us some ground on the 2 big stacks, and I think now we've got a game on where they don't feel they're threatened as much, and they've got a lot more to lose. So we might see a lot more stealing going on now.
6 and an 8 folded from Nikolai. Jack 10. Connecting cards are gone. The small blind, Mark, is raising. And there you see why. He's got the big slick. Ace, King. And the big blind. Is that King, Queen?
We're going to see a hand here. It's got him dominated.
How's Peter Rus going to play it?
Yeah, that's what I expected.
All in.
Yep.
All in. And look at how quickly Mark Vronsky has it all made up. He's calling right away. And this is huge. This is all or nothing for Mark Vronsky. If he wins, it puts him into the commanding lead. And look at the reaction from Peter Rus.
Let's put David Rudling into second spot if he...
I get the feeling that you're rooting for the fellow Brit there.
Yeah, well, you know, home ground advantages to the Russians, and
it's true. The one outsider at the table, David Rudling. But right now we've got a huge showdown, and Mark Vronsky is a 3-1 favorite. 9, 3, and Jack on the flop, so no change there.
Oh, straight draw he's got.
There's a 6 at hearts. So Peter Vlasenko, the 10 is what he needed. He did not get it, and so Peter Vlasenko has lost the showdown with Mark Vronsky, and that's going to put Mark Vronsky in a commanding lead, well over 300,000 chips. And there is the confirmation. Mark Vronsky, 338,000. David Rudling now in second place. As you said, Mel, 134,000. And Peter Rus has gone all the way down to 71,000. He's now short stacked, and he has been the most aggressive player at the table. And this is the 31st hand of this final match at the partypoker.com St. Petersburg Open. The button is in front of Mark Vronsky, and that means David Rudling, the only non-Russian at this final table, is first to speak. He folds. Mark Vronsky folds before we even get a hint of what his cards might have been. And that's over to Peter Vlasenko. And even though Nikolai Losev's not holding much, he's already got the big blind in. So he's going to make up the rest of it. And we'll see a flop between these two. Queen 9 against 6 and a 7.
5-7.
5 and a 7, excuse me.